Hey guys, Scripted with another video, and victory! Finally, this thing came to its most likely conclusion based on what happened with Gina Carano, based on the tweets from Pedro Pascal, from Mark Hamill, from all these other people. No one is enforcing any kind of rules against those actors and many others for what they tweet. And so Gina Carano basically tweeting that she's not going to put pronouns in her bio and is just not going to go down that road, and then making fun of people that think she should, it turns out isn't enough to fire somebody, particularly when you have such a hypocritical view. And that's what of enforcement, of selective enforcement. And that's why a lot of us figured Kathleen Kennedy just didn't like her because she's conservative. It is, you can talk to anybody that's been in Hollywood that's conservative. It's very, very difficult. And I mean, Rob Schneider just tweeted the other day that he was thanking Adam Sandler for throwing him in Happy Gilmore 2, another one. He said, if it wasn't for Sandler, I wouldn't even have a career because I'm kind of blackballed because I am a conservative. I mean, whether you agree with conservatism or not, this is entertainment. This is the entertainment business, and it shouldn't be the push the agenda business. And listen, I'm not pro Gina's tweet either. I don't think Hollywood people should be getting political. I'm not saying I don't like it, like in terms of what she said. I think what she said was actually perfectly fine. Whether it was the pronoun stuff, or whether it was the talking about how things start, persecution starts, and using the persecution of Jews in Nazi Germany as an illustration of that. I don't disagree with that at all. But I still wouldn't tweet that if I was an actor, an actress, or an entertainer. And the smart ones never do. They don't get political. They avoid that noise. But then there's some of them that just can't help themselves. And we all know Mark Hamill. It's like constant. Constantly he's tweeted about political stuff and Trump and this and that. And again, that's cool. You can do it, but that just means you're going to alienate a group of people. And you're supposed to be there to entertain, not to try and lecture people on what they're supposed to believe, right? Like, that's the point of entertainment, is that it entertains, not lectures. All that to say, so here we are. Disney and Lucasfilm have settled a lawsuit from Gina Carano, who accused the studios of discrimination and wrongful termination over her firing from The Mandalorian. In a statement, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said, with this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Miss Carano in the near future. This is a massive L for Disney. Wow! And Lucasfilm. Now you're kissing her butt and looking for opportunities to work with her in the future? You didn't have to say that. You could have just said, we're happy it's over and we wish her luck. Like, so now what? Now they're going, oh, shoot, we kind of need her. You know, Jon Favreau's show, Rangers of the New Republic, will get ratings because all the conservatives are going to watch it if we bring her back. I am telling you, that is why they're saying this. Because they know that they've alienated a lot of people with comments from people involved with The Acolyte, comments from people involved with even the sequels going back, comments from people involved with the High Republic. They have ticked a lot of people off. And again, you can agree or disagree with people's politics, but you don't tell half your audience not to watch. Howard Stern did the same thing. He said anybody who voted, half the country voted Republican, like over half. You just entertain, shut up, right? You know, like, so Howard Stern makes these stupid comments, and now they're not renewing him because they're like, it's just not bringing in enough money. It's not worth it. I think that was the exact word, was worth it, or words. So just shut up. You're just an idiot. But it's just funny to me that they're eating crow on this. And again, if they want to support Pedro Pascal when he does his stupid tweets, fine. But then all that also means you got to let Gina Carano give her view. You have to. You can't have this double standard. Anyway, so this is hilarious. This is a massive L. What a quote. This is incredible. That is a humongous, gigantor L. But they took it, and they're obviously taking it. We have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies. It added, Miss Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. That could very well be true. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy liked her, though. That's just whatever. I don't know. It's just how I feel about it. I don't think she ever liked her. She's not a self-insert character that Kathy puts in everything. And I did like her, Cara Dune's character. I did. I thought it was a good, well written, simplified but well written way of having a female in sort of that more of a fighter and that type of a role. I felt like, a lot of times when they do movies with like women fighting men and different stuff, it seems corny. It doesn't work. But it was more believable with Gina because of not just MMA, but also because of her build, because of the character, Cara Dune's attitude and the things that she said. It felt more realistic for her to be kind of a badass chick. So they actually had something there, I think. And then they just... they just couldn't let their, political leanings and how they want to change the world get in the way. I've talked about that, right? The VP guy saying they're going to change the way people think about the world. Just make entertaining stuff, you idiots. Like George Lucas said, do timeless themes. Timeless themes are the best way to go because they're timeless. So you can't bring your sort of contemporary political approach to it because it's timeless. Carano said in a statement that the deal is the best outcome for all parties involved. My desires remain in the arts. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. I would bet she probably signed something saying she's not allowed to say how much they gave her. Which, who cares, as long as they gave you. In a lawsuit filed last year, she alleged she was fired for voicing right-wing opinions on social media and sought a court order that would force Lucasfilm to recast her. Which, I don't know, why would you want to go back to that? Elon Musk making good on a promise to foot the legal bill for users who claim they have been discriminated against due to their activity on his platform helped fund the suit. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's right. I want to extend my deepest, most heartfelt gratitude to Elon Musk, a man I've never even met, who did this good Samaritan deed for me. Cool. We don't really need to get into the rest of this. We all know. Just Google Gina Carano tweet if you don't know. Draw your own conclusions. It's not about what the tweet was as much as it was about the hypocrisy and the double standard from Disney. Simple as that. You can agree or disagree with Mark Hamill. You can agree or disagree with Gina Carano. It doesn't matter. The point is they had a double standard and it was exposed. And instead of taking it to its full divulged conclusion, they decided to settle and end it so that they don't get further embarrassed. Part of me wonders if this statement that they made, they were kind of forced to make by Gina's lawyers. Because she did want to still stay there and be recast. Maybe they forced them to say that. I hope so. That would make it even better. That would make it even better. So, we'll see. I mean, I feel like Jon Favreau might have had something kind of cool with Rangers of the New Republic. I think Jon Favreau is... or at least at the time when Mandalorian came out, I think his heart was in the right place. I really do. I don't know the guy. This is just my own opinion. But I think his heart was in the right place, and I did feel like he was kind of the guy that could have done some good stuff with Star Wars. Like I said, I didn't love Mandalorian Season 1, but it had some cool moments, and it was decent. It shouldn't have been. It should have been Boba Fett, but whatever. It is what it is. And... it should have been Boba Fett before he died in the Sarlacc pit. Anyways, whatever. Who cares? That's just another rant on something else. But I always felt like his heart was in the right place. I still was kind of with him, even to the end of Season 2. And I was like, you know what? This is a good arc for Grogu. Get him out of here. I'm sick and tired of how OP he is. And get him out of here. Send him back. Send him with Luke. Perfect. Good. Get out. And then let's get back to bounty hunting. Those were some of his being OP was part of the problem I had with the show because he became just a plot device, right? Stick the hand out. He's going to do that again in the movie. He's just going to stick his hand out and save everybody because that's all he's there for. So anyway, but I did think his heart was in the right place. And so I thought, Rangers of the New Republic, Gina Carano, that might actually work really well, especially if it's not a Force related thing. If it just sticks to kind of like the military stuff and missions. I did feel like he could have done that, and maybe that's what they're going to do now. because like I said, like this article says, I should say, she did want to come back, and maybe that's ultimately what's going to happen. I am curious. What do you guys think she got? Like, how much money do you think they had to give her? Like 10 million? Like, because when you settle, like, it's bringing in how much money. Not only did she lose from getting removed from Disney, but how it impacted her career as well going forward from there. I just wonder how much she must have got. Honestly, even if she just got like $1 million, that's still sweet. I mean, good for her. That's awesome. And for her, that's a lot of money compared to, well, it's a lot of money for anybody, but it's a lot of money compared to a lot of people, even in Hollywood. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, how much do you think she got? Are you happy about this? Does this make sense to you? I'm pretty sure it probably does for most of you. But if you're on the other side of the aisle and you think it's stupid, let me know too. Anyways, if you like this content, please like, subscribe. Always helps the channel. Feel free to check anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.